Hey everyone, welcome back to my new channel. Well, in today's video, I would be basically talking about those secrets that no one ever really mentions being on an F1 status. And I don't know, people just like want that go hit the rock and challenge yourself. But I'm gonna be a nice girl, talk everything. Okay, so let me get this straight. F1 visa is a full-time student visa for people who got accepted into an American university, either for a 4-year degree program that's bachelor's or for a 2-year degree program or master's. And the main purpose of the visa is to get your degree and then come back to your country. The first thing is coursework. Of course, the reason coming to the States on F1 is your program, your degree, right? So no matter what major are you choosing, if you're adding majors or adding minors, or if you're just studying for fun, then there's no restriction unless you are graduating on time. That's the whole point. However, there is like a registering unit limit, like a minimum. You need to get registered for certain units in order to maintain your status on F1, and it varies depending upon your college, because some of them are in a semester system and some of them are in a quarter system. So since my college, I'm in a quarter system, and for a full-time status we need a 12 minimum units to register for each quarter. So that varies, but yeah, this is for F1, and for local student it's 8 units. So you can see like one course basically is 3 to 4 units, depending. Like usually the major courses are 4 units, but that's how it works. So one more big deal is the concept of plagiarism. I know that it's kind of underrated. I don't know the reason why. Like no one ever really talks about a thing called plagiarism. I didn't even realize until I came here. So that's a big deal. Please make sure to, if you're taking any kind of writing classes, learn like how to cite properly. Give credit to the people if you're using anything internet, like any online resources or a website or something to write an article or any writing piece, because plagiarism is something that you're not giving proper credit to the person's ideas you chose, because you are imitating that it's your idea, and that's against law. Well, so the second thingy is travel. Of course, we are international and it's abroad for us, and we are traveling back to our home country during our breaks. Well, not every single break, I mean, pun intended. Didn't want to hurt anyone. But since summer breaks are really long and a lot of students prefer to go back. So for traveling to any country out of the States, being on F1, you need a travel signature. So inform your international advisor, show him the flight ticket, that you're traveling any of the country. If you're going for like a program or research or sort of any kind of work, or just for vacation or holidaying, even back to your home country, you do need that travel signature. Well, jumping on to third, it's work. Well, being on F1 status, you get like a 20-hour work limit weekly, like 20 hours per week. You can either involve like in a part-time job on campus or off campus. You can do freelancing, any research work or an internship, or any sort of work experience that relevant to your major or your expertise, or you want to work in future or something like that. So take advantage of that. However, some people, like some students, they just for like gaining extra money, they kind of overwork and they don't keep track of their 20-hour limit time. And if you violate that, you're gonna get deported. Like it's done from there. Like your program is done from there. Just don't do that. That's kind of a deal. And if you're applying for internships or jobs, let's say being a junior or senior, it's kind of like so frustrating. The job market is so bad right now, especially for tech. I mean, it's the same for also local people, so not just for F1. But one more thing is that like that frustrates a lot is we need to apply to those companies and make sure that they are either hiring students who might be needing authorization or sponsorship in future, because once our F1 ends, then we would be needing sponsorship from those companies to convert it to a work visa, right? Keep those things in mind before applying to those companies. And also, while applying right now for an internship, there's a thing called CPT, which is again a work permit to gain relevant experience just related to your major, and that requires some paperwork, and some of the companies don't assist with like signing those documents and make sure that you convey those details to your HR or to your recruiter or whoever comes in contact with you. And don't be that guy who just did every single interview, had their resume screened, but then just because of the legal things and validity work permit, you can't even work. So keep those things in mind, and it matters a lot. It can save your time. Jumping on to the fourth factor is taxes. Again, this is so underrated. Like, no one ever really mentions about like we have to file taxes, and it is the sad reality. Even if you aren't coming as an undergrad, you still have to file taxes, even being on F1. And this is also for students who won't be working or don't have any source of income. They would be filing, okay? So here, tax filing for F1 is done on a different platform, and yes, we cannot use TurboTax. Current students, you should know this. It's only for citizens and PR. So we are using a different software called Glacier Tax. That's what my university goes with and assists, but it varies. I believe so, but your advisor is gonna tell you how to do that. They won't like help you in terms like, because they are not tax advisors. But I'm just letting you know in advance that make sure that yes, these things are something you will encounter. Okay. One more factor, which is like a bonus, and do you know what is it? We are exempted from FICA taxes. So what does that mean? FICA taxes basically are your Medicare and Social Security taxes, which are deducted from your paychecks. But it's only for like the students who are local if they are working. But for F1 students, we are exempted according to the government rules and laws. So do know about this, and do check your paychecks that if there are being any deductions done, then you should get a refund for that. So keep those things in mind, and it does matter. Fifth factor is this beautiful document, which is I-20. The way simple it sounds, well, it's kind of a big deal with involving all of these factors that I mentioned before, because this is a living document, and whatever changes you bring to your major, if you change your major, if you add something, then it's gonna change your I-20. So a new I-20 would be issued after every single change. And also for getting a travel signature, you can see like it would be like a 3-page document, and every single time you visit, well, I'm pretty sure that a lot of things you might not be knowing before, but if you know, comment down below like which things were really fascinating to explore, or if you encountered as a first year, or if it was new for you, then comment any questions. I'm happy to answer, and stay tuned for my next videos if you're interested for content for international students, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.